Now, I like to spend a tiny bit of money, which is paper and ink from a printer, because I'm going to hand out a flyer, but this is basically door knocking. If I had to start all over from scratch, zero, somebody came and took all my money away, took my house away, took everything away and says, oh, okay, we're just confiscating all your stuff, see you later. And I was like, crap, now I got to make money because I just lost my house, I lost everything, my car, everything. I don't have any money to do a mailing campaign. If I had to start all over from 0, 0, 0, scratch, what I would do is door knock. Okay, that is a very good producing way of getting leads as well. Now, door knocking is laborious. You got to walk from one house to the next house, to the next house, to the next house, and the times that I have door knocked in the past, I probably don't do it for more than 2 hours, because after 2 hours I'm just like tired. I'm like, I'm done. And that's even if I get to the 2 hour window. But it's free, right? And so for those of you who are out there who are truly hungry to get started in real estate, who are truly driven to get started in real estate, to start investing, but you don't have a lot of cash, this is what seriously even bigger investors do. Now, most bigger investors, we don't door knock anymore, but we hire people to door knock for us because it works. Door knocking works. But then again, you have to have a budget to be able to pay somebody to door knock. You might as well send a mailing campaign. But if you don't have a budget, the point is what I'm trying to do is give you a way to go out there and get started for free. And if I had to start all over from scratch, door knocking is what I would do. Now, I like to go basically, and it's not just me, by the way, there are a lot of investors that door knock. Like I say, just a lot of the bigger guys don't actually do it themselves anymore. But obviously that's how important it is that they're paying somebody to do it. Now, if you can, ideally you're going to want to give something to the individual so they can remember you and have your phone number, right? And if they're not home, you may want to be able to, you've seen landscapers do it all the time. Like there's a couple landscaping companies that mow lawns in my neighborhood, and they'll slide a business card in the door. And they're just basically in the neighborhood already mowing someone's lawn, so they just go and start sliding business cards in everybody's door on that street, gets them more clients, kind of the same thing. So you want to door knock, they just don't door knock. I don't think they have the time to have a conversation because they got to go mow the next lawn, but it's smart. They're just kind of letting everyone know, hey, we're in the neighborhood if you need your lawn mowed. So what I like to do is basically hand them something, obviously same thing. It could be a business card, it could be anything, that they're just going to have your phone number to call you back. Now what you're going to want to do is basically just have a conversation with some of these people, and not everyone's going to be excited that you just knocked on their door to see if they know anyone who's looking to buy or sell, or if they're buying or selling. But that's exactly what you're going to do. You're just going to knock on the door and say, hey, I am looking to purchase some real estate in the next 4 weeks, and we're going door to door to see if anybody knows if anyone's selling. Are you by chance selling? And what will happen is you may get a lead from that person in that they are selling, or they may say, well, I'm not selling, but my grandma just passed away, my aunt just passed away, or my friend's aunt just passed away, and I know they're thinking of selling, or we're thinking of selling grandma's house. And now you've got a lead that you can follow up with. And that's how a lot of these real estate investors, believe it or not, get a lot of opportunities. The bottom line is, I share that right now on radio, and I've shared that, on stage. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a national public speaker on the topic of real estate. I've shared that exact same tip in Orlando, Miami, Atlanta, Chicago, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Los Angeles. The reality is I can share that tip on this is how we do it, but a lot of people just aren't willing to go do that door knocking, right? They're like, man, if I have a day off, I want to watch football. I want to go fishing. I want to do this. And who can blame them? Yeah, I'd rather watch football and fish as well than go door knocking. But if you can designate some time, about a 2 hour window, I would say about a 2 hour window, maybe maybe twice a month. I mean, if you're really serious about getting in real estate, then once a week. But if you did it every other week for 2 hours, what's 4 hours? What's 4 hours in the entire month? If it's something that you feel like, I want to get ahead in life, I'd like to quit my 9 to 5, I'd like to quit my job, I'd like to become an entrepreneur, start my own business. Real estate's a great way to do that. But if it's just like, I love my job, I never want to quit my job, but I want to find good investment properties that I can park my money and, get a return on it, then These are great ways that you're going to be able to go out and do that. And I gave you two of the most higher producing ways. One obviously that costs money, and one that doesn't cost money, because I don't know where you are as far as having a budget to be able to do marketing. But if you're the guy that has money, I would do a mailer. Maybe do both, right? If you're a guy who doesn't have the budget to do mailer, then just do the door knocking. And if you go out there and start door knocking, I promise you, I mean, if you do it consistently, if you go out there and do it for like 2 hours and don't get anything your first day and be like, this doesn't work, then sure, it's not going to work ever again, because you're never going to go do it again. But if you do it consistently and keep up with it, then eventually you're going to start to be able to get a lot of leads that come down your pipeline, where people are going to eventually have your contact information, because you're going to leave them a flyer, a business card, and be able to get them to call you back. Now, in regards to the door knocking, there are lots of investors out there that just literally will door knock any neighborhood randomly. Because they know the door knocking is a great way that just is going to start to produce leads. You knock on enough doors, you're going to find a lead, and a good lead. And so there are investors out there that just will door knock any house for any reason. I typically like to have what I call a particular reason to door knock a particular house. So what I mean by that is, if by chance I know of a buddy or myself, let's say I've got a flip that I'm getting ready to put on the market, and I'm going to do an open house for it, then what I like to do is I will, the day before or the morning of the open house, go and promote the open house. So if you're a real estate agent out there, this is a great tip for you, because if you're already out there doing open houses, if you're already listing properties, then this is a great way to get more business, whether it's another listing or whether it's a house that you buy and invest in. So pay attention, grab a pen, as they say. Grab a pen and jot this down. What you're going to want to do is basically the morning of the open house, create a flyer promoting the property. And it doesn't even have to be your property. Like if I've got a buddy in the office that's like, hey man, we're listing our flip tomorrow, and I want to generate some leads, I'm in a position where I'm like, yeah, I need more leads in my pipeline. I'll be like, dude, do you mind if I promote your open house tomorrow? I'm not going to do the open house. I'm just going to go door knock the open house and invite people the morning of. That's it. I don't really want to do the open house, and you can, but that's not where I'm going with this. My whole thing is I want to just do the door knocking. So I will literally do it for somebody else's listing if I feel like I need more leads down my pipeline at that time. And I'll create a little flyer that says, hey, Yoshi Shiraki, Equity Real Estate, here's my phone number, and then I'll just put a picture of the house and the address, and I door knock, and I'll say, hey, I'm Yoshi Shiraki, we're holding an open house later today at lunch, 2 houses down. If you want to come see what houses are selling for top value in your market, come take a peek at what it looks like inside. Here's a flyer. Hand that to them. So now it looks like I just invited them to a party, right? An open house is kind of a party. There's cookies, there's treats, all that good stuff. And then now the ice is broken. And after the ice is broken, it's an easy conversation at that point for me to say, do you know anybody else who's selling by chance? Oh, you're selling. Great. Do you have a real estate agent? If you're an agent and you want to get more business, it's a great way to start getting in front of people. Great, you're selling. What are you selling for? And if you're looking to buy it, then, offer to buy it. But you've already disclosed your real estate agent, your picture, your phone number, your brokerage is on that flyer. Now at that particular point, the door is open for you to do business in any way, shape, or form as far as investing or listing, whatever you choose to pursue. If you are a licensed agent, that is a great, phenomenal way to get more business. So, you always hear a lot of people say, when you get your license, go do an open house for somebody in your office. Well, I personally think, this is my personal opinion, yes, that's valuable to do the open house, no question. You want to hypothetically just network with as many people as you can. But I actually like to door knock the open house personally, because now I'm having a conversation one-on-one. If the open house is jammed and there's 20, 30 people walking through the home, then you don't necessarily get to have a conversation with all of them, right? And a lot of them come with their real estate agent, which is great, but it's very difficult to have genuine good conversations that you can find out if somebody is actually working without an agent, working with an agent, if they need an agent, at an open house. At least in my opinion, in my experience, I find it significantly easier if I'm standing on the front door of somebody's house with out a crowd, and I can give my one-on-one attention to that individual and then really dissect their situation and figure out if that's an opportunity for me to be able to list, buy, whatever it may be, right? And so door knocking, as I shared, is a phenomenal way to go about finding leads. Okay, so if you want to get started in real estate and you're thinking, man, how do I do it? Well, I'm going to make it really easy for you. There's one way that you can do it. You can basically go to utahhomesweethome.com and call me. My phone number's on there. And if it's something that you're really passionate about starting, as far as like, I want to get started by my first rental, whatever it may be, then feel free to give me a ring. I'd love to help you. I'd love to assist you in any way, shape, or form, even if it's just, ideas. If you've already got an agent, no big deal. Happy to share ideas. If you don't have an agent, I'd be happy to help you, assist you, represent you, guide you in the direction of setting you up with the right team to be able to start your real estate investing career, be able to roll up those assets in the future, and be able to build a portfolio that can give you more flexibility in your life in the future if that's something that you're interested in. But on that note, we've come to the end of our show, and it is Halloween, and so, I don't know, are you guys going trick-or-treating? We're not trick-or-treating this year. My wife's decided she doesn't want to take the kids trick-or-treating. I don't even know if anybody else is trick-or-treating, but we just decided to have a little party for our family at the house, just with our kids, and my wife baked a ton of cookies and treats and Rice Krispie treats and cakes, and it's almost a birthday party. It kind of reminds me of a birthday party, but it's all Halloween decor. And so we're going to go have a Halloween party here later today, and then we will trick-or-treat Grandma and Grandpa's house. We're going to trick-or-treat one house. So we will be out trick-or-treating one house later tonight. But on that note, I hope everybody has a spectacular Halloween, and I hope everybody has a spectacular rest of the weekend. Okay, before we part ways, in case you have a dog or know someone else who does have a dog, I wanted to take a quick second to show you the Snap Leash. The Snap Leash can literally do so many things, and I'm going to share with you one of the many cool things that it can do. As you can see, the Snap Leash is designed with 2 swivel hooks, one on each end. This end has a cushion stitched into it to make it comfortable when walking your dog. Now, all you have to do is take this swivel hook, put it into this very first grommet, and now you've got your handle. Okay, so now let's imagine you're at the park and you want to secure your pet quickly, safely, and easily to a park bench, a tree, or a pole because you just want to sit down and relax. Well, all you need to do is take this swivel hook, remove it from the very first grommet, wrap this leash around any size tree or pole or park bench, and put it into the appropriate grommet, and now you have secured your pet quickly, safely, and easily. And when it's time to head home, another great feature about the Snap Leash is you can simply wrap it around your waist for hands-free walking. Lastly, if you ever accidentally forget your waist bags at home, these grommets make a great place to fasten the waist bags so you never leave home without them. And if you want to see all of the other cool things that the Snap Leash can do, then please just click on the link below and find out why so many others are falling in love with the Snap Leash.